All right. Welcome back to Scriptic season. You be the judge. Episode number 2: buyer versus artist. An art buyer discovers the true cost of her art. Two possible endings. We're gonna show you both endings in this playthrough. I have had a special request. The request goes as follows from Miss Azrael's Gaming. That if there was a man to do a nasally nerd voice, and if there was a woman to do the Valley Girl voice. Now, buyer versus artist, there is no man in this one. It is two women. So one of them is going to be the Valley Girl voice. I will do it the best as I possibly can. No promises that I'll be able to keep it straight all the way through, but I will do my absolute best. And then the other girl, then Miss Ashley's Gaming said that to then make the other one in an English accent, and I don't do accents. I butcher accents, but I will try. So keep in mind, I am not English. I do not have an English accent. I am going to do a terrible job at an English accent. So anybody out there with an English accent that hears me absolutely butchering your accent, I do not do it out of hate. I promise you I'm doing the best as I can. But I was challenged to do it. So we're gonna try and do it. I don't even know if that is now. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the judge yet in this one, but we'll figure it out as we go along. If you want to play Scriptic and you want to see if you can get different endings that I haven't gotten, you can play this game for free. You can help support me in the process by downloading this game using my direct download link located in the top of the description, as well as in the top and pinned in the top of the comments. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into episode 2 of You Be the Judge, buyer versus artist. Order in the court. Now, do we want the buyer to be the Valley Girl? Do we want the artist to be the Valley Girl? Probably the buyer, right? Yeah, I think the buyer would probably be the Valley Girl. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tongue-Tied, joining us remotely via Court Connect. How do I want to do the job? I was told in the last video I sounded like the Monopoly guy, so maybe we'll try to do a more obnoxious Monopoly guy. Yeah, I was told I sounded like the Monopoly guy from Ace Ventura's When Nature Calls, which I don't know. Maybe I didn't think I did, but maybe we'll try to do that. Yes, your court is in session. Oh, I should have said that's right. Stand for me, peasants. The plaintiff will now take the stand. Okay, so the plaintiff, I don't know if the plaintiff, Susan doesn't look like a Valley Girl, so Susan's gonna have to be my worst English accent. I don't even know how to start it. Now, Your Honor, I have come here today to this court of law because I feel like English accents, you drop consonants, right? So like so like bottle of water, like if I just remember bottle of water, then I should be able to do but us it's my duty as a mother, as a Christian, to bring this artist to justice. Okay, so we are playing as the buyer, so we bring this artist to justice and get a full refund of 15. It's so terrible. $1,500. Oh, look, this con artist. This con artist. I serve the justice here. Yes, I serve the justice. You just give me the facts, okay? I don't need you to give the rulings. Oh, don't you worry, Your Honor. The facts are coming right up. Right on up. Oh, that's the defendant. She even looks like a valley girl. I didn't pull up the plaintiff. There's your plaintiff right there. Yeah, you look like a valley girl. Your Honor, I object to being called a con artist. I'm a respected modern artist in our local community. So wait, is she the artist or is she the buyer? I don't know who the buyer, who the artist is. Either way, she's Valley Girl. You'll have your turn, Miss Miller. Silence! You'll be removed. From my courtroom immediately. Yes, you don't need to talk over me. And I'll be the judge of that. Silence! Oh, this is terrible. Yes, Your Honor. Susan looks smug. You see, I commissioned a painting for Miss Miller to be a display in my family home. Now, I said to Miss Miller, I said I want something nice to go in my dining room so that our guests can appreciate. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job. Where were we at? That our guests can appreciate. They come by. They can appreciate when they come by. Like the one Harriet Biffles has over her place. I said I wanted something elegant, something classy. I feel like I just changed it completely up. I tried a more softer tone. It's not working. Oh. And you weren't happy with the results? And it wasn't classy enough for you, as you'd hoped for? Who's Harriet Biffles? I think that's more important. We need to find out who Harriet Biffles is and what this painting is over her fireplace. Oh, Harriet Biffle, a dear friend of mine. Lovely church-going woman. Lovely taste in art. Anyways, Your Honor, I told Miss Miller I wanted something naturally, nature, nature. But it was one of those Martin styles, and she assured me she could paint something perfect for me. Now, I'll admit I wasn't quite sure it was at first, so I asked my good friend Harriet Biffles what she thought of it, and she thought it was just lovely. Said she could really see the nature in it. But now I realize oh, I can't keep it together. Now, now I realize she was naive as me. God bless her soul. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna be able to make it through. Oh, what was wrong with the painting exactly? No one ever actually knows if modern art is good or not. Well, if Miss Biffles liked it, it must be good. That's right. If Miss Biffles liked it, who has art above her own fireplace, it must be good. That's exactly what I thought too. So I took that painting and hung it on my wall. And I invited near half the town around for dinner that night, so they could see my new painting. Now, I'm quite known in our town for a little is that a soiree? I'm quite known in our town for my little soiree. Some of the folks like call me a hostess with the mostess. But I told my husband, Mr. Harold, Mr. Carmichael Senior. I told him, I swear, people will snicker under the breath. You know, making little comments, give me looks, and for the love of heaven, I could tell you for why. I could not tell you for why. That is in. I can't. I'm having a hard time focusing on my terrible accent and reading at the same time. Oh, that is until at the end of the night, I took a real hard look at painting, and that's when it hit me. That smut that lady right there had forced into my home. I feel like that was more like Irish. Into my home. And what was on it? I need to see this painting. If it's smart, I need to see its painting. I have it right here, Your Honor. But please, but please brace yourself. It's the boobas. Look, I've never seen more lovely art in my entire life. And look, they're kind. Would you call that symmetrical or asymmetrical? They're kind. I mean, they're close. In I don't know this for true or not. I don't know this for true or not. But it one bigger than the other normally. Like me balls, like one like one bigger than the other, right? Depending on like depending on which hand you're most dominant with. Let me know in the comments. Is that true? Is one bigger than the other typically, or they unless they're like obviously if they're manufactured in the hospital, like then they probably make them like pretty symmetrical. But is that? Let me know in the comments. Is that true? Is one typically bigger than the other? I don't know. No idea. The judge. I like it. very, very avant-garde. Yes, I like it. It's very avant-garde. This is why no one likes modern art. It's just a bunch of squigglies. Kind of looks like boobs. I'm gonna go with the boobas. Yes, kind of looks like boobs. Exactly what it was. It's. Susan whispers. It's a woman's breasts. Your Honor, may I speak? Oh, yeah. It's about time we heard from the Valley Girl herself. Let's hear your side, Miss Miller. I'd probably want to refund myself. What's your defense, Miss Miller? I mean, it does look like a squiggly pair of boobies. Let's hear Miss Miller's side of the story. Bailiff. The defendant will now take the stand. And there we go, our Valley Girl right there, the artist herself. Your Honor, Susan reached out to me to paint this. And this is a postmodern depiction of nature. And she said she loved it. She said she couldn't wait to show her friends. My defense is simple. She paid me for a painting, liked it, then changed her mind. It's not my fault her snooty friends didn't like it. Snooty? Snooty. How did she reach out to you? It does sound like she changed her mind. Judgment in favor of the defendant. So we can go straight to judgment. Look, it is true. It is true. Like, the only reason Susan here doesn't like the painting is because of the Snickers she got from her friends. Originally, she really liked it. She bought it. She commissioned it. She paid for it. She got it. She liked it. She put it up. And then all of a sudden her friend snickered. And now all of a sudden she doesn't like it. She's fallen to peer pressure of her friends not liking the painting, even though she liked it originally. So in the real scheme of things, when you're commissioning art, I guess like you're allowed to have, I don't know. I've never had somebody like, I don't even know how to put it, because I've had people make like logos and stuff for me. I've had people make emojis for me, but I've never sent any of them back and was like, no, this is terrible. Like, I've always like really enjoyed everything that's been done. So I don't really know how to go about it. Like, our paintings in this format, are they like one and done? Like no return policy? Like you bought it, now you're stuck with it, whether you like it or not. Or maybe you can try to resell it. Who knows? I have no idea. But in the grand scheme of things, Rosie painted it. She sold it. The person didn't have to buy it, I guess. Like, she could have been like, no, I don't like it. But she said she loved it. And she put it up over her fireplace or wherever she put it, on her wall somewhere. And it wasn't until after she showed her other snooty friends that that she didn't like it. So, how exactly did Susan reach out to you? I guess that's important to know. Rosie looks hesitant. Well, a friend of Susan recommended my services. Apparently, Susan really liked the painting her friend commissioned. So she introduced us via face page messenger. A couple of messages were sent, and Susan hired me. So what happened here? So a friend of Susan's recommended. Apparently Susan really liked the painting her friend commissioned. So Susan's friend liked Rosie's painting that Rosie made for Susan's friend. Got it. And then so Rosie was referred to Susan by the friend. I got it. So Susan, you see examples of Rosie's work before commissioning a piece? Which friend was this? Was it that recommended you? You seem reluctant to talk about them. I'd like to see these messages on face page. Let's do that. Let's see the messages on face page. Rosie looks nervous. Oh, Rosie's got something to hide. Of course, Your Honor. Susan hands her phone to the bailiff Kwan. Uploading them to you now, Your Honor. Receiving text messages. Entering app viewer. Oh. So we got Harriet Biffles. I'm just gonna read through these. I'm not gonna. And we got I'm still gonna do Rosie's Valley Girl voice, but I can't do another voice. Hi, Susie. Here's Rosie Miller. She's a painter. I told you. She's a very talented local artist. Oh, Rosie. Hi, it's not so nice to meet you. I would love to commission your painting. Sure thing. What do you have in mind? I'd really like something like that. Oh, that don't look like boobs at all. That don't look like boobs at all. So Susan wants Harriet's painting. Wait, that's the painting in my house. You took a photo of my painting? Right-o? Do you think you could paint the same for me? Oh, everything I paint is original for my client, but I could do something in similar style. What just happened? There we go. All right, but I want something very similar. Maybe not too similar though. Don't you like nature, Susan? You could, get something inspired by that. Oh, I do like nature. I'd like something naturey, but in more style. But make it like Harriet's, please. Great. I'll message you. Great. I'll message you, Susan. Thank you. Rosie, call me. Need to speak ASAP. Okay. Okay, will do. Oh no! I don't want to leave. There we go. So we just upload the. Okay, we got it. Did Harriet Biffles call you? Harriet doesn't sound too happy. You're good friends with Harriet? Did Harriet Biffles call you? Harriet was probably like, yo, you paint her shit and then I'll pay you. I'm not sure I recall. Ooh, Rosie. Let me make you very clear. Let me make it very clear here. You are under oath. Miss Miller, may I remind you that you are under oath. We can check your phone records. Look, Rosie, don't you play dumb with me, Miss Miller. I can sniff out a liar like a lion on a gazelle. Gotta use that one. Yeah. We spoke on the phone and Harriet I'd like to take the fifth. I call Harriet to the stand. I call Harriet Biffles. I need to speak to her right now. What? I mean, is that necessary? Court is in recess while we locate Miss Harriet Biffles. 1 hour later. Bailiff Quan, bring Harriet Biffles to the stand. Harriet Biffles will now take the stand. We got Harriet Biffles right here with us. What exactly was said on that phone between you and Rosie? This is ludicrous. Why am I here? What did you say to Rosie? You seemed annoyed by Susan. Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know why you're here? Look, what exactly did you say to say to Rosie about Susan commissioning the painting for her? I have no idea what you're talking about. Harriet, the judge has seen the messages. They know that we spoke. Just tell them. Tell them what? Shut up, Rosie. Harriet? Excuse me? Harriet? You heard me. Harriet! Want to take this? You want to take this outside? Harriet! Oh, shut up. Oh, wait, no, that's not. Oh, shut up. You insufferable woman. Well, I exclaimed. Do you see what I have to put up with? Susan Carmichael just doesn't stop. She copies everything I do. I get a new salad bowl. She buys the same one. I get a new haircut. She gets the same. She even took a photo of me to my stylist to get it done. So yes, when she wanted the same painting I had specifically commissioned, I got annoyed. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, she got annoyed. However, now I'm starting to maybe lean towards the plaintiff. Maybe the plaintiff should get her money back because, yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't seem right. It seems like the painting was done out of malicious intent, not malicious. It was done out of false pretenses and on purpose by Rosie. Copying the highest form of flattery, don't you think? So what did you do exactly, Harriet? Harriet Beautifil sighs. I asked Rosie to help me out. I said I'd pay her double what Susan was paying her. If she would paint something embarrassing for Susan. She suggested something phallic, but I thought that was a bit far. So we settled on boobs. Breasts, I mean. The boobas. Saying it out loud. It all feels so childish. It was very childish. I must say so myself, Miss Harriet. It was extremely childish. I'm sorry, Susan. I think I've heard enough. I'm ready to make my judgment. I'm so sorry too, Harriet. Sorry that you're such a big booby. Sorry, such a big booby. Big booby. Your Honor, I like Harriet Beautifil to pay for the cost of me painting and emotional damages, and to be forced to give me her painting. What? You can't be serious. I agree, Your Honor. Stay out of this, Miller. Or what? Or I'll kick your ass right here. Oh, yeah? Yeah. I'll kick both your booties. Booby ladies. Order in me court. Order in me court. Order in my court. Fight. 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 Let's go. Send. Bailiff Quan clears his throat. I think we need to make your judgment, Your Honor. Fine. You used to be cool, Quan. What happened? Bailiff Quan mutters quietly under his breath. Still am. Quan's still cool. I find in favor of the plaintiff. A compromise must be reached. You're awful. You're all awful. Case dismissed. I feel like there's 3 different endings here. You're all awful. Case dismissed. So, yeah, I mean, true, they're all awful. But if you dismiss the case, then Rosie still wins. Like, Rosie got money from Susan and double payment from Harriet. So, like, that would be great for Rosie. However, I do think I'm going to find in favor of the defendant in the next ending. So in this one, we are going to find in favor of the plaintiff. And that'll be the first ending. I find fully in favor of the plaintiff, Harriet Beautifil. You must give Susan Carmichael the money for the painting, emotional damages, and your own commission as commissioned compensation. Dang. So Susan is making bank. She's not only getting her money back, she's getting money for emotional damages, which I don't know how you can get money for emotional damages for a beautiful, I might add, painting of just gorgeous boobas. And Harriet has to give her painting to Susan, and that's what we're doing. We're going with it. You cannot be serious. Thank you. The court calls its next case. Brawl at bake sale. What? They ended up taking it out. Two women have been arrested. A church annual bake sale fundraiser took an unexpected turn this week when a verbal altercation quickly became a physical fight. The altercation allegedly began after Harriet Biffles, 43, accused Susan Carmichael, 42, of stealing her idea for her signature peanut brownies. So Susan's still stealing her shit. That's hilarious. Mrs. Carmichael disputes this claim. This comes after the ladies appeared in court recently, in which Judge Tongue-Tied sided in favor of Mrs. Carmichael, furthering tensions between the two women and now the community. Both women remain in police custody. That is hilarious. That's so good. So in the next ending, I'm going to get to a point where then I can find in favor of the defendant, and we shall see what the ending is for that. And then I think I'm going to also go back through and see what happens if we get through the very end and we're just like, you're all awful, case dismissed. And see, that's got to be a third secret ending, right? Because finding in favor of the plaintiff, finding in favor of the defendant, and then telling them they're all awful and then dismissing the case has to be a third ending. So we're going to try to find that as well. So when you see this again in the next half a second, because it's only going to take a half a second for you, we're going to be back to a point where we can side in favor of the defendant. So we're going to do that right now. I would like to make my judgment early in this case right now, and my judgment in favor of the defendant. You're right. Judgment in favor of the defendant. Susan, your refund is denied. And let's see what happens when we deny, when we find in favor of this defendant. What? But Your Honor, the court calls its next case. That was, look, the picture of the boobas. Unwanted painting sells for thousands. Reluctant owner hits jackpot with indecent painting. In a recent legal dispute, Susan Carmichael, 42, sued local artist Rosie Miller, 27, claiming that the painting she commissioned from Miller was nothing but smut. However, Carmichael was left with the price of the unwanted art after Judge Tongue-Tied ruled in favor of the defendant. Look, she bought the painting and liked it. She loved the painting. It wasn't until after her friends didn't like it that she didn't like it. So, it was a good call. It's a good judgment. She paid for it. You're stuck with it. That's it seems like a you problem, Carmichael. But when Carmichael took to FacePage to complain about the painting, the post went viral, capturing the attention of art investors worldwide. The painting has now sold for an undisclosed amount, but it is believed to be in the tens of thousands. Carmichael said she is beyond words and is grateful the judge ruled against her. The artist has refused to comment. So in both rulings, Carmichael won. In this ruling, she thought she lost, but in reality, she ended up winning because she sold the painting for way more than what she bought it for. In the first ending, she won because she got a refund. She got money for emotional damages, and she got Harriet's painting. So I guess it worked out for her in that sense too. And if we were to say you're all horrible people, case dismissed, then this is going to be the same exact ending that comes up, because it's essentially finding in favor of the defendant because we're not making the defendant get a refund for the painting, that being Susan. So this is the second ending. There is no third ending. These are the two endings. So with that being said, I am not good at speaking in accents. And I admit that. So when I was trying to do the accent for the English, for those that have English accents, nothing but love for you guys. I was not mocking you. I was not trying to do anything offensive or anything like that. I was put up to a task, and I completed said task, even though it was a horrible depiction of English accent. But, I hope it made you guys laugh. I hope it made everybody smile and laugh at my terrible accent. And if it did, hit that like button. If you enjoyed this episode of You Be the Judge, buyer versus artist, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to play Scriptic along with me or just play it on your own and see if you can come up with different endings or maybe different statements, maybe you got to the same ending, but in a different way, you can play this game for free. You can use my direct download link. It would also help support me. And you can use that link to download this game for free. It would be located in the top of the description as well as pinned in the top of the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed Buyer versus Artist as much as I did. I thought it was hilarious, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little voice reenactments for the characters and the people that we portrayed in this episode. If you did, again, hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. What did you guys think of it? As always, thanks for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.